All right, guys, we're back and going live here. And as I had mentioned, I hope you've read Proverbs chapter 12 in whatever translation that you're using this morning. And I just want to share with you some of the things that I saw there in the passage of Scripture. If you're back with me, if you would, just post me a comment so I know that you're there and we can continue on. Even if you're watching this archive and you're kind of doing your devotion with us, just communicate like it's live. So just go to my blog and leave a comment, click it on, register if you've never commented before, and let us know that you're there. But Proverbs chapter 12, and some of the things that just kind of jumped out at me is right off the bat, right there in verse number 1. Mine says, "To learn, you must love discipline. It is stupid to hate correction." And that's a difficult thing, isn't it? I mean, that's what I wrote, but it is hard. It's hard to love discipline. It's just challenging to be corrected because it's humbling. You know, most of the things we do because we think they're right, and then to be corrected. But if I want to learn, I have to be willing to be corrected. So that's just kind of reminds me of that. And that God uses people to do that in circumstances. Verse number 3 jumped out at me as well. Wickedness never brings stability, but the godly have deep roots. And again, it's just the benefit of being a Christ follower is that you have deep roots. And when hurricanes come, and whether they be literal ones that want to blow off your roof, or whether they be, relational or financial, those kind of things, being a God follower, you have deep roots. And what might normally destroy somebody won't destroy you. The other one that, they just kind of hit me when I was reading these right in a row here, but is a worthy wife is a crown for her husband, but a disgraceful woman is like a cancer in his bones. And, the idea here, you could read that and say, is a wife owned by her husband? But what it just said to me as I read through that was that ladies, you have the ability to make that relationship beautiful. Because that's what a crown does. It's not just about, who's in control or authority, but the power and influence that a wife has in a relationship jumped out at me. And I can tell you that I'm very blessed in that. I have a great, great wife. And she makes our relationship so, so beautiful. Verse 10 jumped out at me. The godly care for their animals, but the wicked are always cruel. I know some of you love your animals, some of you aren't animal people. But again, it's because the way that we treat people and even animals around us have a great idea of who we are on the inside. And that jumped out at me. Verse 18 jumped out at me. Some people make cutting remarks, but the words of the wise bring healing. Which do you do more of? Do you make cutting remarks, or do you bring healing words? And again, naturally, I bring cutting remarks. It's just a natural thing. But when I'm walking with God, it seems like my words are more healing. Verse 24 says, work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and become a slave. And just the idea of work ethic, it reminds me that if I want to succeed in life, I got to work hard. That nothing is free, nothing gets given to you. And if I don't work hard, if I am lazy, if I do sleep in, then I become a slave. It's just like with this devotion. Getting up at 5 or 6 or 7, whatever time it is that you got up today to do this, you got up earlier than you had to. Because you could have just slept into the last moment, jumped in your car, and took off. But you become a slave to your emotions. But when you get up early and you discipline yourself, you lead yourself. I mean, I can't really lead anybody else, so first I lead myself. So it just kind of reminds me of that. That's what it kind of means to meditate. It just means to think. Meditation is not some just deep, but it simply means to just think on these things. And that's what I do when I get up in the morning. Is I'll read Proverbs chapter 12 and just say, God, what do you have to say to me today? And then once I've done that, and some days that's really quick, and other days it goes by, it takes longer because there's something that God's speaking to me in so many different ways. And then the next thing I just want to encourage you to do, and man, I really hope that you'll do this, is to journal. I just think it's so important to see where you're at spiritually, to be able to go back. I can go back, just in this journal, it goes back until, April of 2007. And, I talked about some things here that I'm struggling with. And then I have some things prayer requests that I've written down. here on the other side. So it's just important to journal. So I'm going to ask you to do that right now. Just take a few moments. What I usually do, do it however you want, is I write the day, like it's Wednesday, so that I kind of know what's going on in the world. And it's September the 12th. 2007, and then I just write down where I'm at. I'm at home, travel a lot, and then naked pastor, so I kind of know what's going on in my world. And then I write it as if it were a letter to God, and I start it because I just hungered for that relationship for Him as a Father, and I just started by writing Father, and then tell Him what's going on in my world. So why don't you do that? However you want to, okay? I mean, maybe you just journal your thoughts, but let's do that. Or maybe journal prayer.